things are good. I wanted to give a quick update about my birthday, and I was wondering, just in case somebody feels more inspired to do that on their birthdays too, because generally when I meet people and I say, oh my god, I love birthdays, the things, yeah, I'm not a birthday person or something like that. So I kind of wonder what does that even mean, or what does that even, like, why are you not a birthday person? How can you not be happy about the day you were born? My mother went through hell to give me birth. How can I not value that life which has come out of so much pain? The pain that I must have gone through, the pain that she must have gone through to come through into this life, into this realm, into this physical body. So it's all about cherishing not just who you are today, but cherishing a whole journey. So the month of October is my month. Of course, it's autumn, it kind of works really well. The whole letting go and shedding of all that we've accumulated in summer, and how do we let go and get into winter and that sort of stuff. So the first thing I do is I celebrate the whole of October. I don't celebrate a day. I think I'm a massive miracle to have survived. I was a preemie. There was very little hope that I would live. I was in the incubator for a very long time, and nobody could pick me up because I was too little in size. So once I acknowledge that I'm a miracle, I think a miracle needs to be celebrated for a month and not just a day, because day is like really tiny and just 24 hours and it's gone. So I take the month almost like a long vacation, but being where I am. I don't run away or go away or don't take holidays or such. What I do is I start taking little bits of treats through the day. Number one. Number two, on my birthday, I cut off from people. I have been doing this for a very long time now, since I think my daughter was born, because I want to spend the day with her. And now that she's at school and my husband's at work, I've taken this day as the day I fall off the cliff. So every year I fall off the cliff to fly and to not know, and not to reevaluate or anything. It's just to reconnect. It's so important to understand why we need to do this, taking a day off. See, if you're always plugged in, your mind never stops. Now we need that place, that emptiness, which helps us to reconnect these wires which are like overworked. So you kind of tell your wires in the brain and your heart and your body and everything, it's just everything needs to rest, because we sleep every night. That's a major sign to say how important resting is for us. You know, people who stay up all night long, they can't operate the same way. So in the same way, we have to take a lesson from sleeping every night, that once in a while we need to take off. Sometimes when I say I'm going to take a day off, or I'm just going to fall off the cliff and blah blah, people think I'm going to be doing something. Now the thing is, do whatever you love doing, Hamna. Actually, I love painting, but that's something I don't want to do because I want to not plug in, right? Because that takes my brain cells. So my idea of having a good birthday is basically doing nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. Like no cooking, no going out, like literally limiting yourself to just you. And that's it. Drinking water, standing, sitting, however, just you. Not because it was going to do something for you. Don't, like, not to be worried about what it will lead to, but to just do it. That's it. So that's really important for me. And then my other thing that I do on my birthday is I ask for things. I don't wait for people to give it to me. I ask for things. Like if I want somebody to wish me, I will say, hey, you better wish me, right? I'm waiting for your wish. Or I make sure my friends know that it is my birthday coming because I want to. I mean, even though I do not respond, even though I do not check my messages much, or I do check them, but I do not respond or react to it, because that's again a part of my falling off the cliff, because I'm like flying and I don't want to be touched, or I don't want to touch anybody else, and I still want them to wish me. And if you want something, you just have to say it to the person, because people are not all psychically developed Asking is such a big thing in the society that we live in today. Is how can I ask? Like, that's just what people are gonna think. I don't care what people are gonna think, because that's not my problem. What people are gonna think is their problem. They can do whatever thinking they want, but if I want something, I want it. And I act like a child, a complete child. I go back to my roots. I go back to that little girl that is like, doesn't care about the consequences, because why should she? It's her birthday. She deserves to be loved. She deserves, but the thing is, we've been told that don't ask for things. But that's the biggest problem. It builds your ego that, oh no, I'm not going to ask, because I'm just going to sit here waiting for somebody to just come and give it to me. But the thing is, we are all, now in Urdu it's called fakir. Now my understanding of my life is that I am a fakir. I never say no to a good offer, ever, like ever. When you reach a level where you think you have nothing, then you ask for what you want, and then you will get it, right? You can't just sit there expecting that people will be giving it to you, because sometimes people do, of course, because they love you and dish. But what joy is in that? People just giving you, like, right? When you say, I want this, and it's given to you, it's like magic, right? Now, it's how you see it. It's how you see it from your mind, right? You could see it as a weakness, you could see it as helplessness, you could see being vulnerable, you could see it as whatever you choose to be. But I see it as power, as the biggest power that all of us need to like cultivate, is to ask, is to open our mouth and make our wishes come, verbalize them. Also, because sometimes people give you gifts out of complete love, but they're completely useless to you. So then you have to hold on to them and be emotionally connected to something that you don't like, and that brings your vibration low, because you have this book in the shelf which your really lovely sister gave you, but you don't really read it, you don't want it, it's dead energy. So why hold on to it, right? But emotionally you'll be attached to it. Oh no, my sister gave it to me. That's the thing, that's what I mean. When you ask for something, then that means that's something that you need or you want or you desire, and that completely lifts your energy up. And that's the other thing I do. What else do I do? I eat a lot. On my birthday, I eat a lot. And yes, my weight says it all, but it makes me so happy. So as a child, I was known to be a fussy eater. I've got seriously a lot of beatings for not eating, and there were moments where my mother would say, you don't want to eat this, you go hungry, and you go to sleep hungry. But it wasn't that I didn't want to eat that, it was just how I was made to eat it. It was not pleasurable for me, and I didn't like the food, and I don't know why, but all the things that I hated, like Brussels sprouts, then I would cry for hours. But today I crave for them and I go and get them. So what I'm trying to say is that food feeds our physical body, it's the need of our body. Our soul also needs certain things in the same way, and that is to switch off, to cut off, to be able to understand that you value your birthday is a valuable day. Treasure it. Last and not the least, the thing that I do is put mehndi on myself, which I haven't today, but during this month I will put mehndi on myself. It's an act of my self-love, devotion towards Allah, and a way to stop time. I feel like when I do mehndi, time stops for myself. It is the moment where I let go of what to cook, what to wear, how to wear, when to be, how to sit. Everything just fades away, and it is me and my mehndi. And mehndi is a magical plant. It's known for its healing powers and all that, and nobody talks about it. But mehndi is my it's like a thin thread. I usually visualize it red, like a thin red thread that holds me to my Allah, and how He reminds me of how beautiful time is. However it's spent, the whole act of doing mehndi is having your head down, very symbolic to my own life. She goes through life, gets smashed, changed in many times, in many ways. The chemistry of her identity is completely changed, and she comes onto your skin. So every time I meet a new person, how is it that you make them feel? It's like the patterns that I draw on them, and then I'm no one. So the patterns never belong to me. It was something I had to do to give, and they fall off, like the mehndi falls off. Just like me, I go away, leaving the person with this color of life, because it moves and grows with time. Orange to red, it's the color of fire, it's the color of our blood. Just a reminder that we're alive in this moment, and then it vanishes into nothingness. Isn't that all life is about? I think the more we live knowing death and life as one, the more we can prepare for death and live a full life. Because one can't be without the other. This can't be without this, or this can't be without that. So for me, mehndi is a teacher, a mentor, or lover. I speak to it, I love it, I crave for it, and I believe that it is something that God created as a way to mark you and keep you safe. So yeah, that's what I do on my birthdays. I hope it inspires you in some way, that you also value this special day that you were born. Because when you do these simple acts towards yourself, it doesn't matter what you do, but as long as you do them for you, you tell your subconscious mind, you tell your own self how wonderful life is and how grateful you are to be alive. And you stop, you reconnect, you feel more alive, and you realize that it's all gonna be poofed very soon. So hold on to wherever it is that you are, whoever you are with, whatever it is that you're doing. Just hold on and just be.